My goal for this video is for you to think I'm crazy, and we're starting with angel cards. What we're here for right now is partly because I thought I turned the lights on and still it's kind of dark in here. It's because yeah, so I'm not crazy. She is crazy. Okay, we're gonna start this again. Pulled into doing this video to discuss signs and synchronicities for later tonight. There was this one night I sat awake in the middle of the night. It was 2 a.m. and I sat with some weird feelings and I didn't understand nothing. And for some reason I had these cards nearby, and there was this one card that was just and I know you're not supposed to do this, to like look through it and find, because we're supposed to like a random card, you know. Oh, that was so cute. You know the random card that came? It's this one. This one. That's so cute. And this one. But we're not supposed to like look through the cards to find a specific one. But I had to do it. I felt like this entire video was about that one card. But then again, without the card, maybe the card would have explained itself. So who knows? I need some water. This card keeps popping up, like I should consult an expert, and because more information is needed. And I believe that's true. I believe I'm no expert in this field, but we are protected. So this is the perfect way to rip magic and presence out of a situation. Try to control it. Try to make it into something you had previously pictured. Because if that's meant to be, it will be. I remember the card though. I want to find it. So basically, I was awake this night and there was a lot of unanswered questions in my mind. And I looked down and there was this card. And synchronicity. And because I had nothing better to do and it was right in front of me, I read, your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So I had this conversation yesterday about signs. Like, yes, it's true that we can become like too overly attached to them and start looking for them. But the thing is that they're always going to be there, and now it's up to us to notice them. And maybe we're so distracted and so not present that noticing subtle things and connections feels like looking for it. But in reality, it's just listening to your environment, listening to your inner, and see how it dances with the outer world. Because it always has this dance. There's always this synchronicity between your frequency, where you're at, and what surrounds you. And I think I'll change that pair and I'll be back. The entire point of this video is not to come with any answers, because this is clearly telling me that more information is needed. And there will be a helpful person for this. Okay, that's part of the message. But even if more information is needed for a conclusion or a real answer, I think there's still value into understanding the difference between noticing what's already there and trying to make something into something it's not. So, for example, if there's a person in your life, you're not sure if you can trust this person or not. And when you start paying attention, you see all of the signs. Like suddenly a dog eats the eggs of birds, like little birds, you know, unborn birds. And it's not that that's a bad person. It's not that. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when there's real signs, real synchronicity in real life, you know, it is what it is. It's not something you can control. So the real question is, are you going to notice? Are you going to listen and pay attention? Or are you ignoring it? Are you rushing past it? Or staying in your mind too much for seeing them? So what happened to me this night was that I had this confusing situation in my mind, in my head, and I saw that card. So I just thought, oh, that's so much work. Now I have to start paying attention to all of this in order to increase their flow. And I felt like that's such a work. But I just gave it 1 minute, literally sat down for 1 minute. And, you know, they balled up like a snowball. They just came rolling in, because this doesn't mean that I made something into something it wasn't. It was more like something I felt and I was doubting it. And so in order to confirm what I already knew, what we all already know, I used what was already there to give me more information. And it didn't fail. It won't fail. And that is when we stop running, when we start accepting the truths that is right in front of us. Because normally there's very few people in this world that don't know their truths, that don't feel it. But for so many, for so long, that is usually also simultaneously the part of human beings that has been suppressed, that has been tried to dimmed, that has been dimmed for so long, because truth is where our power lies. Human beings' true power is undeniable, but we can be distracted away from it, and we can doubt ourselves away from it. And that's where addiction, self-destructive behavior, all this, and we're not going into that. I think it was important for me to express that synchronicities and signs, they are what they are, and we cannot control them. What we control, I said this, is if we notice them or not. But noticing them does not mean you're contorting them. Okay? And I think this is amazing. The fact that our dreams, our own sensations, our dreams, our own sensations, it's always linked with our truth, usually. Tina Stalvik, tell me what's important. So it's funny how this is just a simple deck of cards and it's still so alive. Like even it won't let me pull out the wrong card at the wrong time. It's just impossible. So the most important cards, and I'm literally never gotten this before, are these. These were the most important cards for like this moment in time. And also this one. So who's the expert when it comes to signs and synchronicities? Like that's you, probably. Your inner guidance. That's probably you. So link me your video down below and I will watch it, because your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And I want to share one more thing just to celebrate our wins together, because this, as I said, this is a simple deck of cards. Yeah, super simple. But the moment it becomes alive is when you've had it for years and you stand in the middle of a situation where your heart and your mind and your everything is pulled in different directions. You need one single confirmation. And you get a card you've never ever gotten before that is perfect for the situation. And that's part of what led to yesterday's videos, actually. Yesterday's video. Because I was in this situation, I was stressed and I felt I don't want to do this because I don't believe I will be heard. Yeah. And so I got this card. I don't feel like you can really see it, but getting this card at that moment meant something. Have I seen it before? It would have meant nothing. It would have meant that the woman that made this put it in there because some people out there was suitable for that card. But in that moment, it was everything. Promise you. So I'm gonna leave you with this final card because you're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results yet. And let's just talk about it. If you wanna post things on YouTube, and one of your biggest fear is the one people will make fun of you because obviously you're not an expert. So then the mind goes to, yes, they will make fun of me. You know, the problem is that they won't see it. Very few people will see you before you have a breakthrough. And if that day comes where you do have a breakthrough, nobody can tell you that you're nobody, kind of, because nobody has a breakthrough without sharing something that resonates with other people. And that's how it goes. We stop ourselves before even giving other people a chance to stop us. Don't do that. Let other people be the one to tell you. In real life, not in your head, way before anything ever happens because of your past experiences. Give them the chance to give you that constructive criticism that will lift you to new levels, because maybe it's better than you think. And you know, yes, you can go viral, you can have a breakthrough and be an idiot, but that's not you. Because if you wanted that, you would have already done that. You would have showed your butt, or you would have done something else, like you would have jumped from a cliff or something in order to get attention, you know. But as long as you're staying true, when the people come, when they see you, you're ready and you have something to share, and then you're the king, because now they're trying to comment and criticize you. They're the ones that didn't even start in the first place. They didn't even begin. They didn't believe in themselves enough to give themselves the opportunity to fail. Okay, so the angels are saying this: ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Ready, set, go. Okay, this card says that there's no better time than the present to dive into your future. I'm not kidding. These cards are something. Did I get my point across? And if not, we need more information and consult an expert. The master. That is always going to be you. And I cannot tell you about signs without you living them. That's where the magic begins and ends and comes back around. Okay, my friend, remember that. Ready, set, go.